Yo, Aunt Amanda B.
Yep, that's me.
Welcome back to another episode of the Aunt and the Uncle podcast. And it looks like we got a little bit of new color going on. Yes, we do. I'm really, really excited about this episode today because there is no uncle today. Now, I'm not excited that the uncle's not with me. I'm just excited that I'm going to go ahead and do my first solo interview today. Yeah. And there is nobody better than my first solo interview. Then let me go ahead. Let me let my girl introduce herself. Okay, step up to the mic, girl.
Oh, you're so kind. You're too sweet.
I mean, hey, thank you, girl.
But hey, it's your girl, OG Suzie, and it's an honor to be on the Uncle and Aunt podcast. You already know what it is.
Okay. For coming on the podcast. Thank you for coming on the Aunt and Uncle podcast. We're trying something new where, we're kind of dibbling, dabbling, and kind of separately interviewing people. So you had us on your podcast, so we had to bring you on our podcast.
Full circle moment.
We're here. We're in a different room. We have a different color, but don't worry. We are still recording at what? Petty Cash. Petty Cash, as my lovely husband always says. I always have to make sure that I give a shout out to Petty Cash, okay? Alex always makes sure that he gets us right. And I'm very excited to bring my girl here and have us try the purple room. And now you already know, if you know me, then you know purple is my color. So we had to do it in the purple room, okay?
Okay, I love purple.
But honestly, I wanted to ask you something when you said it's OG Suzie. Did you make OG Suzie? Like, did you make that up yourself? Or were you named that?
No, I did.
What made you name yourself OG Suzie?
Well, it's like kind of a little clever name. Because like OG, a lot of people think like, I've been kind of, told like, where you from? I've been, not to say like banged on. But,
oh, no, I get it.
Because of my name. But, it is what it is. It could be that, it is what it is. It could be that, but then also too, it's a little clever because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, girl, oh my gosh, oh gosh, Susie, oh gosh." So OG Suzie. Okay, so that's where I kind of got like that little cleverness from. But then the OG, it just stuck because I'm also, if you know me, I'm down. Okay. So yeah, so that's where it came from. So it just stuck, and yeah, I just like ran with it.
I feel it's kind of like the aunt. Do you feel like the OG? It's kind of like the aunt. It's like my OG.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I like to think of myself as like an old soul. I'm not young either. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of other stuff that I feel like that makes me mature, but a lot of my friends have told me like the stuff that I'm interested in is also not the stuff that they're interested in, with the times now,
Mm-hmm.
So
I can kind of just make sure that people know you're not doing TikTok dances and shit.
No. I'm not. I mean, I wish I could. I think I tried with my daughter and I can't. I can't do it. No.
You didn't first. First you don't succeed. You could dust yourself and try again. It's okay.
Yeah, but I have 2 left feet, I think. When it comes down to that, for real, because I was like, how do these girls like on point and this, they be going left, I be going right,
You weren't doing the dances in the school? I was the girl on the blacktop. I was making the little dances.
I was in the drill team, yeah.
See,
so
where does it go? Where does the time fly?
Yeah, I mean, I can't do the splits anymore.
No, she said.
No. I can't do the splits anymore. No, so I don't know. I think maybe one thing that they say is like when you really want to do something, you're gonna do it. Okay. I wanted, I guess, to do a drill team in 5th grade, then I did it, but now I'm just like, I don't know where it went.
I don't know where it went. I just had noticed, and I literally just thought about that when you was like, it's OG. I was like, you know what? Let me just ask her while we on the pod, like, what is OG? Because a lot of people ask me, where does the aunt come from?
Yeah.
And I love telling my story of how the aunt even started. So. Well, again, I am here with my girl, OG Suzie. She does have a podcast. Okay, it is called Straight to the Point. So, we're going to be open and honest up in here.
Yeah.
So, tell us about yourself, girl. Are you from LA?
Yeah, born and raised in LA, from West Hollywood.
Okay.
So it comes with a little bit of its own territory, its own toughness. Like if you know, you know. Yeah, I grew up here all my life. I only moved once, and that was to Washington for a year.
Okay.
Washington State.
That's a change.
It was a change. I don't know. Yeah, it was like a whole change. But that's the only other place I've been, I've lived in. And yeah, I'm born and raised in LA. So I'm really an LA Cali girl.
Okay, so
Like they like to
now
say.
that's where the OG Susie come from, because
Maybe,
she from
yeah.
LA, baby. Okay.
Is that what yeah, maybe.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
so I let the people know that we were on your podcast. So when did your podcast start?
So honestly, our podcast started like 2 months ago.
Honestly, I feel like we talked about this when we were on your podcast, and I did not process 2 months. 2 months, 60 days. That's less
2
than
months.
people get fired in 60 days.
Right.
I mean,
like
from work.
I don't think I've been into the gym in 2 months. Like, so subscription. I have not, no, the first month been there, haven't done anything like this, so.
Okay.
I'm excited. I don't know. It honestly came from nowhere.
It came from nowhere.
It came from nowhere. Yeah.
So you don't have like any other media background? Like, did you ever do like any hosting or
never? I've never done any hosting. The only thing I've done, it's more behind the scenes. I'm like a creative director. So yeah, I've helped my friends with music videos,
yes.
Different shoots.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend that she's into film and she did her own script. Shout out to Les J. That's my girl. She does music. She's into film and all that. So, I also help with that. So yeah.
Okay, so we did.
Sorry, what was the question?
How long was your podcast?
Oh,
and then
so yeah, so
2 months.
Yeah, so it was 2 months. So then I didn't really have a background in like hosting and like public speaking, none of it.
Oh.
But it really started with one of my friends, Straight Off Western. Shout out to Ozzy.
Shout out to Straight Off Western.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen that episode with the uncle, make sure you check that out.
Go check that out because it's so good. It's so funny. And no, shout out to him because he really has a vision and he has a dream. And I kind of, once we met and we kind of, talked about it and we had, kind of the same vision, it kind of, from there, it took off.
Okay.
But the thing is, too, that I was thinking about it today, me and Osmond, like, we work so well together. A lot of people tell us, like, you guys work so well together. We've only known each other for a couple months.
Wow.
And it's funny because the way how we started, we actually got in a fight.
Man, that's always how it happens, honestly.
Yeah, so we got like into, not like a fight, but like a little argument,
a
where
debate?
It's like a debate, a healthy debate.
An adult.
Yeah, and I would have never thought that like me and him would have worked together after that. I thought it would be like, okay, some people just don't get along. But after we talked, I feel like we were both mature adults and there's really no beef after you speak to each other.
Right.
Honestly, we've never had an argument after that. It's been so good. So
understanding.
Yeah.
And understanding has come a boot, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
So it makes me really feel like, honestly, like the people that I've probably like, oh my God, I've never talked to them or all this stuff. I'm thinking maybe, you know what? They deserve a second chance. It might be different. You never know where you might be.
I mean, in business, I feel like a second chance, especially if that's something that you wanted to pursue. Is the podcast something that like?
So when we first started working, it was on a cipher. So the podcast wasn't about, or we hadn't even thought about that. Okay. It was more of, we were doing ciphers. He has a multimedia page, so he helps artists, and it's a lot of promotion. And we were trying to get our name out by doing a cipher. And in that cipher, I had an idea of maybe the artist that we had, of maybe doing like a quick little interview. You know how like MTV, So we actually had one of our friends who was the host, and I was gonna help him. I was gonna just help out, and it ended up turning out to be. We ended up thinking, okay, maybe this can go somewhere. Osman was like, you know what? I think a podcast would be a good idea. Yeah, so then we started looking into doing a podcast with me and another friend, but it just didn't work out. So then we had booked people to come on our.
You have business.
Yeah, we have business, so we booked them. So we couldn't kind of cancel on them. We didn't want to. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, my friend, he couldn't go forward with our plans, and so then I continued. I thought I was just going to do maybe one or two just because we had the commitment already, set in place. Mm-hmm. And I guess it just took off from there. It continued from people asking us, "Hey, can I come on your podcast?"
Okay.
to a lot of different artists that we really like and who I would have never thought to have. And especially you guys.
Yes.
I saw you guys and I was like so intimidated coming and seeing you guys work. So to have you guys on my podcast, it was such a it was such a great accomplishment for me, and I'm very so proud of myself, for having you guys on. Like, I don't know how you guys see it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you because you said that, and I was like, I have to give myself more credit, and the uncle says it all the time, like, you really need to give yourself more kudos to just like the people
Yes.
that want to be around you and just like celebrate the growth and the work. So like I'm appreciative for it, and it kind of keeps me pushing.
Yeah.
Like I was nervous to bring you on the show, and I was on
Really?
your show, and you were nervous to be on our
Yeah,
show. Like
yeah.
it kind of goes like that, but then it's motivating to like, you're not going to cancel, because then if you cancel, then you're never going to really know if you can keep going. And just like we said on the podcast, like you have to keep potting, like you have to get the
Yes.
constructive feedback.
And
Like,
honestly, I did kind of think about like, should I cancel? I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm anyone, like right now, like but at the same time, I'm here.
girl.
I'm here, we're doing the podcast. So I also want to promote. That's why I'm here.
Absolutely.
And, I want to also to support. And it's an honor that you guys had me on. I'm honestly so grateful and very, 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 very grateful
I mean, I'm very grateful
and honored.
No, we're also grateful as well. And the thing about it is, the thing that you said about, I really like that you said that you guys had business booked and like you didn't cancel. And that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing we have to think about, like reputation
Yeah.
wise. Like, I don't want to cancel because then that's the thing, that a habit that you start, and then that's just a reputation. Like if we rebook, then you have to
Yes.
think like, is she gonna cancel? Am I gonna cancel? So that's the thing that I really think, that even though you didn't have the experience or just like the headway, you just sat down. Who was the first person that you interviewed?
DJ Eddie West. Shout out DJ Eddie West. He was our
Okay.
first. Yeah. Well, we had a little bit of trials. So my first real interview was Almighty BDZ, but it just didn't work out just because it was like a trial run. We thought it was gonna work, but it just didn't work out. Technical difficulties, audio, picture and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But my first one that's out is DJ Eddie West.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you think is like the biggest, since you've been doing it for 60 days, what do you think, like, what would you say to a person that just wants to kind of hit the ground running and start a podcast so far in your 60 days? What have you learned so far?
I would say if you're scared to do something, do it. I feel like that's a sign. I'm such a like scared cat. If I don't want to do something, I feel like I'm going to fail. I'm not going to put myself out there. Not even just why put myself out there to fail,
Right.
But now I don't know, maybe 2026, year of the horse, it's like a different type of energy. And I felt like, what, this time I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I honestly, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cancel. I almost didn't sleep that night. And I was like, you know what? I'm still going to do it. I've always been afraid and I've never done it. I was like, fuck it, in my head. Like, the worst thing is I guess it's so bad and I won't put it out because I'm the one that edits it. So, I was just like, if it's really bad, I'm not going to do it. But I was just like, let me just go out there. DJ Eddie West believed in us. He hit us up and he was like, hey, let me know. I want to be on the podcast. I was like, okay. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fake it. Even if I'm nervous, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. So if you go back and you see that the video, you can kind of tell that I'm over there probably nervous. I don't even know what to say. That I need to practice. And also too, a lot of my friends were like, watch videos, go to YouTube, watch a lot of podcasts. And I did, but I got more intimidated.
Yeah. I mean, I watch my husband alone and I'd be like, he been doing this.
No, watching you guys, I got intimidated. For sure. And with the setup, because petty cash, they come with
petty
everything.
cash. Because, petty cash is going to make you look right. Just, my husband says, like a bad beat. You know
like
what I mean?
The baddest.
So you said something like, you said we were just going to go out there. And I said, fake it till you make it. But do you really believe, like, fake it till you make it? What is your level of fake it to where you think it's too far?
Well, I feel like to where you can fake it. Like, let's be realistic. too. I'm not gonna
Okay.
be, I'm not gonna be
Mhm.
over here be like faking it like I'm Beyonce.
Right.
Like I need this. Like I need my
Mhm.
room set up, get my water. Like at the same, no, I'm not gonna
Dang,
be.
do you think Beyonce does? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, she should, but no, actually, honestly, I don't know. But I would just say like I'm not gonna fake it to that extent.
Yeah.
I feel like more of like faking it where I don't have it yet, but I know I'm gonna attain it. And that's where I guess maybe in a way faking and manifesting
that was
is
yeah.
like, so I guess there's a borderline.
Yeah.
Because I feel like fake is a negative, has such a negative connotation, and of course who wants to be fake,
Right.
yes, but so I don't know. I guess I'll be fake and manifest. I don't know.
I mean, hey, it is because when you think about it, like it's just like a classic little trope, like fake it till you make it. But like when you really think about it, like some people, I feel like they take it all the way to the top.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fake like I'm a veterinarian in my resume, and I know,
Oh Lord,
because some
she
people
do veneers. No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
I do veneers. I'm almost a brain surgeon.
No.
That's crazy. That's taking it too far.
Too far, hey, we are in LA.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of, because LA is known to fake it, and I'm a little scared too because I have some friends where they told me, yeah, I'd be lying on my resume. I'll be like, yo, I could be the customer out there.
Do you? I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, undercover boss. I'm just saying,
or saying that you can do a waxing. How about I walk in saying, oh,
there is a level, okay, saying that
I'm scared to even go. I mean, and that's why I do my research now. I'll make sure you do this.
Do your research. You feel like people should call references?
Yes.
Now
I don't Yelp, but you should. I know friends that do.
OG Suzie, she gonna make everybody call references now.
Yeah, I might start some kind of page where it's like all my references. I'm just kidding.
No, that's a fake it. Okay, you got to be careful. Sorry, I just had a little flashback from a moment where somebody faked it. Real.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, when I first moved, I first moved out here from Sacramento, and I had just did some work for somebody, and they were just on some fake it level. Just know everybody has their first experience when they move out here and they work for somebody who tells you they're gonna take you to the top.
I think that's everyone, huh? They say that.
Yeah.
Whew,
you take one picture in 1999 and you don't want to let it go. Anywho.
Aww.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing now. No, but that was just something that when you said that you just had to go out there and get it, that was just my question about if you fake it till you make it. But I really people often like to talk about like everything that they've conquered, like the growth that they've done and they need to do, but they really never want to just talk about like the part that falls apart. So like
the messiness, the messy stuff. And you know what? Honestly, I need that. I look for that. And I feel like that's so real too, because not a lot of people, especially now on Instagram, is like you see it and it looks so perfect, and now I'm like, I'm looking at the other side where there's people that really are coming out here and saying they're not really taking a shower, And I'm like, what? Like it's their hand and it's like a product, And I'm like,
social media. Do you feel like social media is like killing the reality? I mean, not on some cliche shit. Like we know social media is ruining it, but do you feel like it kind of cuts the part where people are not telling the bumpy roads?
A little bit, because now I'm just like the facade and it's falling. Where before I was like, okay, I got it, like it looks so good, but now there's videos that come out kind of like telling, no, they're not really doing that, it's fake. And then now you think about it like, oh, why am I gonna watch it? Like I just scroll past it because in my head I'm like, it's not real. Why am I gonna even watch it? Why am I gonna even see it? But at the same time, that's such a I feel like it's like robbing the people that do actually have the talent, actually out here really doing the things, Yeah. Because now people are probably like, oh, it's probably fake. It's probably AI. Yeah, when it's not, probably not. And now, honestly, I don't know what's AI and what's not.
I mean, some of them are getting good.
Some of them are getting good.
Do you use any AI? Because you said you edit your own podcast.
Yeah,
So do you use like any AI in that? What do you?
I use Descript.
Okay.
And it has like an AI software that you can use. but I only use. I honestly, I'm not
I
so.
mean, you ain't gotta say no names because we is not getting. I'm just kidding.
But no, but at the same time, I'm gonna be real. I would if I knew how to use it. I don't. I'm one of the people that barely are gonna probably start getting into the wave because everybody's like, maybe you should get knowledgeable before they take it away or something.
Right.
So because I'm new to it, I don't know how to use it, and at the same time, I feel like since I don't know how to use it, I don't want to put out a product where they're gonna look back and be like, "Oh, she used AI and she forgot to use this," And that's the thing too. People are gonna be like, "She's fake,"
Right.
and that's where I think I draw the line where I'm like, okay, you know what?
Okay.
I don't want to be fake in that way.
Yeah.
I want to try to be as organic, even if it's messy, even if it's ugly.
Okay. So you want to kind of observe. You want to kind of watch your art grow organically.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? One of the things that I've never realized now that I edit these things is how much I want to edit myself out of it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, cringe. Oh my God, I need to take this off. And I realize I'm like, if I edit all these little parts off, it's not gonna be nothing.
Yeah, who's gonna be the host?
Who's gonna be the host? It's gonna be nothing. It's literally just gonna be the other person, just like nothing. So I was like, it made me learn how to honestly not be such a perfectionist, not to judge all those little things. Okay, there might be a scene where my hair is like, messed up, or where this is like, or something is like messed up, and I have to kind of roll with it.
Right.
And I was such a more of a person where like, okay, if it's not perfect, I don't want to post it. If this picture's not good or there's something, I don't want to post it. So I'm kind of learning now how to be more.
I feel like that's the number one killer. Well, that's a killer. I have done that before. Like, I was posting videos, like 2015, 2016, but I just didn't like the way I looked and I deleted them. Or a certain person that I wanted to watch it kept saying they weren't seeing the video, so then I deleted them. And it's just like we are our worst enemy, honestly.
Yeah, because also too, we think that way. We're like, oh, this is so ugly, but if we go back looking at all the pictures, we're like, oh my God, I look so good. Like I used to look so young. Oh my God, what happened to my eyebrows?
She's not just, I'm not gonna lie, I don't talk about my eyebrows a lot, but that's the one thing I didn't let them little bully girls do is touch my eyebrows. I'm sorry, you're not touching. They tried. They held me down, girl. No.
Yeah.
Get off me.
I think I was my own bully because you know how back then it was like your eyebrows.
Oh no, yes.
I messed my stuff up. I was known in high school. Like if you know me, I had like literally a line of hair.
Stop, I swear. OG Suzie.
I swear. I look like a chola for real. Like
she said, "Did you lean like a chola?"
No.
She said
no. I'm in West Hollywood.
So growing up in West Hollywood, so what was that like?
Hard.
I mean, the segue was segueing, but you said you grew up in West Hollywood, so talk about it. Talk about it.
I mean, honestly, if I'm being real, I grew up thinking that I can do the same thing that my neighbor can do. I grew up in my
Cindy.
Cindy, Sarah, Kelly, Karen.
I was like, wait, let's get the one that we know, the one and only.
I was over there like, where you grow up, you're a little kid and you don't really see color. You don't see.
Oh, I know, girl.
You don't see none of it. You think like, okay, I go to school with them. I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I should be going there too. Like it's like such a reality shock or
reality check,
like a reality check. Where it's like no, these things aren't like how I perceive them growing up. When I was young, I was thinking, okay, maybe these girls want to play with me. Maybe, I'm not Russian. I'm not.
Girl.
I'm not, no offense. I'm not Russian. I'm not Jewish. I'm not white. And that's what primarily, the ethnicities are there. And when I would try to go play with these girls, they wouldn't want to, really play with me. So that's where I kind of started to see the difference. And I think I didn't want to show that I was sad or that I didn't want to cry in front of them. So I got mad. Yeah. So I turned into like that bad little kid, that bad little girl where it's just like, okay, no one wants to really, nobody really wants to play with me. Nobody really wants to, I turned into more of like a loner,
Okay.
but with a lot of friends too, because I did have a lot of friends, but I was like more of like I think kind of that hurt my self-esteem, where I was like, I can't trust anybody. You know, they're not really my friends. They're not gonna really want to play with me, you know, and especially like how do I put this? There was not really more like colored, or like I didn't have no neighbors, you know, little kids where we could go outside and play. So it was such a kind of like growing up, I feel like maybe I was more like angry into myself. So when I finally went to like middle school and I went to a different part, I didn't go to West Hollywood. I feel like that's when I was like, oh my God, I felt like all these kids are so cool. I'm like, why didn't I grow up with them? Why didn't I grow up with more Hispanic kids? You know, and then my parents look at me and they're like, you know, this is such a great opportunity for us because we like we want we want the best for you. We want you to grow up in like, you know, in like a different environment. So they took it as, you know, we're doing the best and this is a great environment for you. But they didn't know that it was so different to kind of like we still to this day, I don't really think I have a lot of friends or neighbors there, you know, and it's okay. Now I'm starting to look at it like, you know, that's just the way things are, and it's not like personal to me, and that's what I had to learn.
Yeah,
you know, and it's
so you don't take it personally. So do you feel like that's something that you kind of built up to kind of be like more direct in your life? I mean, your podcast is called Straight to the Point.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm like, yeah.
Is that what kind of broke the barrier to make it straight to the point?
Well, actually, it was an accident. Straight to the Point. It was just kind of like just a name, and I was sending my friend Ozzy straight off Western. I was sending him the ideas, and he was like, "I love it. We're gonna use it. We're gonna take it." And honestly, I really admire the way that we work because he's such a like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go and execute it. And me, I'm more like, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's why we work so well together, because I feel like I come with maybe some of the ideas. I don't even know. He has a lot of the ideas, but then he comes with the like reasoning and why it's good and why if it fails, oh well. You know,
that's what I do respect about him too. He be moving too, because when we were on your podcast, the way that when we took a couple of breaks and in between the camera setup, he was posting. He looked like he was just sitting over there. No, he working.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the one thing that that's why you guys need to go watch that episode, because that's the one thing that I really really admired. And me and the uncle we're talking about, like that's the type of people we trying to be around. You know, that's the type of people we're trying to collaborate with and work with. So
yeah, no, he's such a like, honestly, he's kind of like a low-key genius.
Oh,
you know, like I don't know how to I don't know how to say low-key.
A low-key genius. Do you feel like you're I mean, it's always a pinky and a brain.
Oh, for sure.
A pinky.
Yeah.
I'm aging myself for sure.
Yeah.
He's
he's a brain and I'm a pinky. For sure. Yes. We're like, I'm more like I'm a Libra, so I'm more of an airhead. Yeah.
An airhead? You don't call yourself an airhead. You don't throw me off, girl. Because I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you are an airhead. I don't know you.
No, but I mean like more of like you know, what's an airhead?
I mean, to me, I think an airhead is like a. Look, I'm a ditzy. I'm a age myself again. Is it a dodo? What's a dodo?
You know,
you could go on for days, girl. Look.
I don't know about ditzy.
Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't call yourself an airhead. Look, we're gonna be on the pod. Yeah. I'm gonna be like lifting you up. Don't call yourself an Auntie talk, because I'll be over there at work like, don't call yourself an airhead.
Okay, so
she edits her podcast. She went on the podcast when she didn't even want to be on the podcast. Okay, you interviewed the folks when you never interview people. You don't come on the Aunt and Uncle podcast and put yourself down.
You're right.
Okay?
I don't, and honestly, I don't think I don't think of it as in a negative way. I feel like maybe aloof is better.
Aloof, girl.
I mean, not like that, but it's just like, you know, sometimes I don't want to think about anything. You know, sometimes they'll be like, we'll be like amongst friends and they'll be like, hey, da 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 da, and I'll be like, huh? I'll be in my own little world.
Are you in your own little work because you working? Because you think about potting? You think about editing? Like, are you in your own little world because you have side quests you got going on?
I think it's just because I have I have a lot going on, and I have always, I how do I put, I all my friends and my family and the stuff that I businesses that I have, I give 100%
Exactly. Did you
of
hear what
it.
you said? Businesses. She got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
I give like 100%, and sometimes I give like too much. Where in that moment, I'm very. If you need my help, I'm very there. I'm 100%. So whenever I can't think about nothing, I will think about nothing.
I mean,
Yeah,
see, that makes more sense though. You're giving yourself a little balance, a little bit of a break.
yeah, because I'm a I'm I'm such an overthinker.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's such a crutch for me.
Mm-hmm.
Where it will, honestly, I will be in bed overthinking and I'm doing nothing. So I realize that, and I realize that that's a negative thing. So then the way to not do it, I guess, is not to think.
So what would be your advice to an overthinker
Don't
who
think at
doesn't
all. Like,
media?
just,
Because do you feel like it's good
or
or
give yourself a break. Honestly, that's what I feel like. Breaks are very important. You're gonna like, if you're very about like business and I have to get this done, you're gonna kind of, not to say we're computers, but we're our own system, and we could, like, a computer overloads and breaks and you know comes out with smoke. We do too in our own way.
Mhm.
Our body is our a system that we have to take care of, and we have to listen. And I've fallen guilty to not listening, and we pay the repercussions.
I mean, honestly, you can physically get sick
Yeah.
the older you get as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm saying too. As soon as I hit 30, everything is
Girl, once you hit 30, I be trying to tell the girls at my job. Be trying to tell
not to
them
tell my age,
with the good knees.
but
It's okay. But nobody,
yeah.
we age gracefully, okay? Because I respectfully, the Gen Zs don't watch this podcast anyway. The 18 to the 24 is a 0 on the subscribers anyway. Because
Really?
I would not want to be 21 in 2026. Respectfully, my good God.
That is a little crazy. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, I was just thinking about that. I was like, damn. When I was 21, I was so excited to go to a bar, and I was thinking in my head, like, what bar did I even go to? I don't even remember, or
Would they even, honestly, I'm not even about to get on the Gen
And
Z.
I was thinking about that because now nothing, it sucks. I feel like here, well, where I'm from, LA, where we're from, where
It's
we're
not the
at,
same. Yeah, well, where we at?
where
Yeah.
we're at, it's not really the party scene, and like, I feel like for the 21-year-olds, it kind of sucks. Like, no, there's no clubs that's open like the ones that we used to go to when we were 21. None of those are open anymore. None of those are, so I kind of feel really bad for the 21-year-olds now.
I mean, but the 21-year-olds.
What are you guys doing?
I'm not even gonna get. They're gonna comment under and be like, "Learn how to stop dressing like us." Okay, don't even get me started. Okay,
Yeah.
with the goddamn Gen Zs. But again, to wrap back, because you were talking about just kind of the time, I wanted to ask you, like, what was a time that you just didn't feel like you were mentally prepared, just like in general?
When I wasn't prepared, mentally prepared. I mean, honestly, with the whole podcast stuff, I was not mentally prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But then another one, honestly, that's kind of big, and I'm kind of thinking about it now, is, when I was pregnant with my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. Honestly, I was so like nervous and scared. And I was in like a teen mom. Well, I was 19. I had my daughter when I was like 20. So I was in like a teen mom, but I was nervous of not being able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And now looking back at it, thinking about it, like, it's not like a thing that like, you got to learn and just get better. I feel like it just happens. Like you're just there and you're doing it.
So
And
you-
everything that I'm looking back now that I was scared when I was pregnant, um, I survived it. My daughter's 14 years old now.
Okay.
Yeah. So now thinking back at it, I was like, wow. You know, it was hard. It has been hard, but it's such a beautiful experience. And I would do it all over again.
Mhm.
All over again, you know? So I was just like, yeah.
And do you feel like you take the same strength that you kind of put into the podcast?
Yeah.
And that's how you can just keep going?
Yeah, because I think honestly, like survival mode is a big thing. And I think for me, also too, I think growing up in West Hollywood and people probably like, girl, what? Like that's probably a lot of people were like, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to live. Like,
oh yeah.
you know?
I mean, people don't know on the outside, you know, because like my husband's from the South. He's from Memphis. So I'm from California, but I'm from Sacramento. So everybody just thought that because I live in California, I'm just a hop skipping to the beach. I'm still not
Like
hop skipping to the
bougie,
beach.
huh?
I'm from Sacramento. And if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So absolutely. I really would like, how do you know when you really feel like you start growing?
How do I know? Like for like the podcast?
Yeah, just in general, just growing as a person.
Like, how do I know when I start?
Yeah. Like, how do you know when you feel like you're growing out of something, growing with something?
Honestly, I don't know if I feel it, but more since I think there's a time of maybe seeing it where I had a moment recently where I was like, wow, like I'm actually doing it. I'm busy. I'm very busy doing this and I'm invested. I'm so invested. And I realized that I was like, wow, the change, I didn't see it coming. And so fast too.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, how fast, you know, you can change. And also too, I did something different. And I was so scared, you know, and I'm still am. I'm so, you know, I'm still so scared of, you know, doing it and what's gonna come forward. I'm also too very scared. Well, not I don't want to say scared. I just don't want to let anyone down. And I don't want to ever, you know, make anyone feel bad or have them like look bad. You know, so that's why I feel like I'm have a lot more stress with that. But I think also too I care.
Like about your guests in
Yeah,
general?
I care in general. You know, I
Yeah.
care so much.
Yeah.
You know, so but yeah, that's where I realized the change. That's where I saw it. I was like, for the first time, I was like, wow, this is different.
Okay. I love that. I love that. So where do you see the podcast going for the rest of 2026?
So for the rest of 2026, I'm just kind of like taking this year as like just learning from my mistakes, you know, and the goal is to come to petty cash.
Hey, okay, I like
the
that.
goal is
We
to
like
come to
that.
petty cash, work with petty cash because honestly, this is my second time here. They're always so amazing, friendly, everything. Their studios are so, oh my god, top tier. For real. Top tier. Professional. So the goal maybe for the end of 2026 is maybe transitioning over here.
Okay.
But I really do want to see if we can do not just like artists but regular people, like just
She's a regular people.
like regular, yeah, like regular,
absolutely.
you know, like whoever
business,
you know. I want to have my nail lady on here on my podcast too.
Okay.
You know, because she does a lot of celebrities too, so it's just like you don't have to necessarily be a artist, but you can be an artist in a different sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're expanding.
Yeah, so expanding, and I'm excited to see who I talk to. Honestly, it's so fun getting to know people and learning about people and stuff that I never knew, you know. I'm so like I'm excited, and yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of I don't want to say no, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to just be able to talk to all these people. So if honestly it doesn't go anywhere, I'm just happy that it went where it went.
the experience.
Yeah, the
learning.
experience. Yeah, because who knows? I can be like, yeah, next year we're gonna be, on MTV. I don't even know if MTV's still there.
MTV's not, girl. We done did so much aging today. So much aging.
Yeah,
today.
I'm like, what's out now?
Well, so you said if the podcast doesn't work, you'll still be good. So what's one takeaway from the whole podcast if it doesn't succeed? Which we're not throwing that out there for you. What's one takeaway?
So that's one takeaway is that I definitely want to work with artists. So if that's maybe me becoming a manager or, but I definitely want to be behind the scenes. That's one thing I've learned. It's very hard to get ready and camera ready.
It is. She needs a glam team, everybody. She needs a glam team.
Yeah, because it's just me. It's just me doing everything. And, I kind of just want to be behind the scenes, not worry about if my hair is done, if my makeup, And two, one of the things that I did notice is that a lot of my friends and family changed, with me doing this. And when I say change, it was like in a negative way where, a lot of people think like you change and you're bougie and then you might not, maybe fuck with them as like you used to. But I'm still the same me. Like, just because I'm on TV or on YouTube, it doesn't mean like nothing's changed.
Well, what would you say to those people that are struggling and they kind of are like ducking and dodging their art because the people that are around them change? What would you tell them?
I honestly would be like, yo, just do something. Just get up and do something. That's it. Because honestly, like, you focus on what I'm doing is not going to help you focus on what you're doing. Just trust me. Do something about it and you're not going to worry about me no more.
Yeah,
you're not going to worry about it.
Just
do something. Trust me. Just do it. Do something a little bit. And from there, I feel like once we focus on, I feel like I have no time to focus on anyone. Yeah. Maybe that's where people are like, you've changed. You don't look at my stories anymore. I'm like, oh, I can't. No,
I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working. I was like, shout out to you, and I still support you.
That's my thing. Yeah, the uncles had just posted a clip of me talking about, everybody loved me when I was yelling AAA at the club, because I was the life of the party, AAA, and everybody loved me. And as soon as I stopped drinking and maybe changed my lens, everybody was just acting funny. So
right,
it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
So maybe how they say you time, not like time shifted. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hope so.
I feel like in a weird way, I feel like I time shifted a little bit.
I hope so. Honestly.
Yeah.
I would not want to be who I was at 22 because I'm 33. I'll say my age on here. I'm 33. And I would not want to be where I was at 22. So shout outs to growing.
Growing. That's right.
Yes. Well, you know what, OG Suzie? It was a pleasure to have you on here. I really, really, really enjoyed your time.
Thank you.
Now give a shout out to your people. Let the people know where to find you, where to find your podcast.
Okay, so I want to shout out Straight Off Western. Shout out Auntie because he's doing his thing. And then we also have a upcoming project with No Sense. We're going to do mic drops. We're going to start doing mic drops. So stay tuned for that. And then also, too, I want to shout out my homegirl, Mala Season. She's coming out with her album. She's doing real big things. So stay tuned and watch out for her. And also, too, my other homegirl, she's an artist, all into film. Shout out to my homegirl, Les J. She's doing her thing. She's been doing her big one. And shout out to everyone. Oh, shout out to our Straight to the Point podcast. That's our podcast. And you can find it on Instagram, I think it's Straight to the, I don't think it's Point. Yeah, sorry. So it's Straight to the Point PDST on Instagram. And then you can find me, OG Suzie, on Instagram as OG Suzie, OGSUZIE. It was a pleasure. It was so fun. It went by so fast.
Time flies when you're chitty chatting.
Yeah.
As I age myself again. But again, it was a pleasure to have you, girl. Until next time.
Bye-bye.